9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to The League Has Spoken, episode 23. We are here to talk about Survivor 50, episode 5, titled Open Wounds. Joining me, as always, is the great Brianna Finlayson.
Hey, y'all.
Also joined below me on my screen, I don't know about y'all screens, but
Stop.
from the state of Georgia, y'all, it's Kyla.
All right, y'all. I'm on top on my screen.
Y'all.
Listen, it slipped out, and then I was like, I guess this is the bit we're doing. And also joining us live, one of our special contributors. We finally let her actually join us this time. We kept her out of the group chat. We're like, you can finally, we'll give you this one, is Megan.
Thank you. Thank you. So happy to finally be here.
Say it.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Y'all.
That's going to be
There
the
you go.
episode title now. I wasn't sure what the episode
Y'all.
title is going to be, but it's just going to be y'all now. All right. I thought that when Megan got to tea time, she was going to talk about my backgrounds. But as we got in here before we started recording, it's revealed that she did absolutely no research into what I asked her to talk about explicitly. So I feel the
There
need
was
to
a lot of
address-
other content.
Yeah, the patron saint of the podcast from season 46, Banu, who I love talking about, as you know, made his theater debut recently to critical acclaim. Or not, I don't know. Megan was supposed to look up the reviews for me, and she didn't. But I have here's Banu on stage with his Survivor-themed play that he's doing.
I think we could take a guess how that went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
looks like he's
thought she-
jamming out.
it looks like there's no shortage of enthusiasm in the I said broadcast, in the production. All right, should we get into this?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's throw up the spoiler warning now. All right, so the episode starts with a what I thought was going to be a crash out from Ozzy in classic Ozzy fashion of like, you guys left me out of the last vote, because if you remember, they blindsided Mike White with a rare minority vote out. It was 3-2 to 1. But Ozzy, I thought, in my opinion, was pretty respectful about it. He was angry. He was like pretty clear about it, but he wasn't screaming. He wasn't doing the thing that Sandra did that one season and throwing fish into the woods so no one could eat. He was like reasonably upset. I thought. I don't know if anyone has other thoughts.
I was, as a Ozzy stan, I was very pleased because I was expecting South Pacific Ozzy to come out where he was like pre-merge. I'm a free agent. I'm not working with any of you. And it's like, Ozzy, you're still on your
You're
tribe.
still here.
You have to work with them. So I was nervous, but I agree with you.
I agree. I was more worried about him now going after my boy Christian, honestly.
Mm.
So I was
Mhm.
very thankful that he was a little more calmer and had a
Mhm.
conversation with
Mhm.
Christian.
Mhm. Bree?
I.
I did right. I loved he had a cutaway. So, oh, by the way, this is when Christian says the title. He's really flirting with Disaster, isn't he? He's like
Hmm.
4 or 5 titles have gone to Christian. But Ozzy gives a cutaway and he's like, "Now, would I have voted with them for Mike White? Absolutely not. I would have blown up their games
No.
completely. But it would have been nice to be asked."
As
Um,
always, Christian was right.
yeah.
At least he's honest, you know?
Yeah, and then he goes on to have what I thought was an impressive moment of reflection on the beach the next morning, where he's like, "I'm really glad I didn't blow up my game by getting angry at everyone," and he like sort of mends it with Christian. We'll get into that later.
He does. He mends
Yeah.
it, I'd say.
Um, we jump over if no one has anything else on this tribe. We jump over to the New Orange tribe, where Camilla, Charlie, and Jonathan lock in. Meanwhile, Rick is just walking down the path farting a whole bunch. Add that to the list of things the editors probably didn't need to keep in, but they're like,
Good
let's,
content.
yeah. I just, second week, they're like, we're going to show Christian pooping himself on national TV. And this week, they're like, Rick's farting a bunch. I would be pissed if I did that. And they're like, let's cut this into the episode. What else happens?
He made it a thing.
Did he?
He called it a duck and,
Oh yeah, he
you
did.
just fart and move on. That's not
You
content.
Mm-hmm.
you call yourself a duck.
I had a boyfriend who used to refer to his farts as barking spiders, so that
Oh,
also
Oh
no.
no.
yeah, that could have been worse. I feel
Oh,
like a duck's better. You go, Devers.
Barking
sorry.
spiders.
We just learned a new bit of Kyla lore live on air.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that for later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
you
this
guys
if
can take
this
a guess of which boyfriend. But yeah,
well, if more than 30 people ever watch this, then that could be a problem. We'll see if that comes back to bite you. Um, so few people watch this. You could name names, it wouldn't make a difference. All right. So Dee tries to run back the clock on being in 2 different majorities at once. Um,
Hmm.
it's working so far. If I were on the island, I'd like to think it'd be like I just watched her win this way. Should we maybe check?
She's so
Well,
likable, though. Even when
yeah,
she talks,
He
I'm just
is.
like, ah, God, I'd work with her in a minute. That
yeah.
smile, she'll suck you in.
hmm
Those chompers,
He
as
and
my wife would
Sari.
say.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
barking spiders, they'll get you.
Rizzo then, I forget what he says, but he delivers a confessional, and you can tell he's like, he thinks he cooks. He's like, he says something, and he like pauses, like he just said the coolest thing ever anyone's said on Survivor, and I was like, oh, I wrote down, this is where Megan breaks. This is,
Is this when
What?
he introduces
I'm not a
Noah?
guy's guy.
oh yeah,
Nice guy. Really,
Yeah.
Rizzo? Really?
yeah.
We thought you were giving like quarterback of the football team type energy, but you
Yeah.
really
I was,
cleared the
yeah.
air on that.
Between him and Jonathan, I always get them confused. So
You want to talk about how many moments have happened in hammocks on this season so far? Like, Megan, you have one
True.
behind you. Like,
Hmm.
all of the conversations are happening in hammocks. Hammocks are
Did
They
making a
are.
really big deal this season.
did they
They
win these
are.
hammocks, or were these
I
hammocks
don't
already there?
know.
no, they
That's
won
what
the
I'm trying to
hammocks.
figure out.
They won the hammocks because remember Angelina tried to
Oh
negotiate
yeah,
for
yeah, she
tarps
did.
and stuff, which was never
Oh,
shown.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, they were in
Okay.
the hammocks.
Now,
And when they move beaches, and when they merge, they
Yes.
combine all that stuff.
right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so we move on to the Blue Tribe.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Rizzo tells Dee about
Oh
the
yes,
Billy Idol, and now at this point, everyone knows about the
Oh,
Billy. Like, he keeps telling people like it's a secret. It's a wide known secret. Like, 4 people know now. Like,
yeah.
almost the
yeah.
whole tribe
Wait,
know.
is this when he tells Camilla too at the
No,
beginning?
that's
Or does
later.
he?
That's
A little
later.
bit later,
Oh,
but by
sorry.
the end of this
Okay. Well,
episode, the
I'll say it when
How
we
whole
get
dare you?
there.
This
Sorry. When we get there, I have a thought on
we
that.
are running a tight, well-produced production around here. How dare you jump in?
that was my last thought. Let's move to Callow. Is that how you say that?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Teal,
I just,
blue.
I
I
go ahead.
sorry, I was just gonna say that this segment that occurs at this point was wild to me.
Survivor Gold.
Yeah.
Can,
Coach
can I
has
can I say that Coach's body looks like the Grinch
Yeah, you wrote that. I think that's pretty funny.
without any fur?
He's like,
A
I
naked
just
Grinch.
don't know where he got the idea that he had the authority to dub people and
Well,
give
first you got
them,
to talk about how he dubs himself first.
well, he dubs himself what, the Tide Walker,
So yeah,
right?
so he says it's named after like ancient Japanese lore, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, with some rudimentary research of my own, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, medieval
So
Japanese, right?
so
Like two things that were distinctly different.
he,
I was gonna say two totally different things.
Renaissance
Okay,
fair Japanese.
even
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if you take out the medieval part and you just talk about Japanese lore, Tidewalker not part of it. So he comes up with the Tidewalker, not cooler than Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer way cooler.
Mhm.
Right.
Slayer.
Way
Right.
cooler.
And then he's like, and now I'm gonna dub these like knights on my team, the men of honor and valor,
Yeah,
their
so
own name.
he does it
Meanwhile,
he does it when he's like, I found uh two of the best physical beasts in the game, and it's the oldest men on his tribe. It's and to be fair, they're strong. They're
They're
not
great,
like
but
they
I
are.
mean,
They're good.
coaches, as stated about the Grinch, clearly the weaker link. Um,
Hmm.
but Colby and Joe, nicknamed the Oakbound and the Stone Bell, respectively, have very different reactions to receiving this news.
I'll just say the quality of your nickname can really be summed up by how long it takes somebody to explain why that's your nickname. If your nickname's Stone Bell, I don't know what we're getting to here, but like that's that's wild. But
And
Joe loves it. He eats that shit up.
Joe
Joe
ate it
eats
up.
it up.
He was like, "I'm your Stone Bell."
He's like, hang on to every word. Like, yes,
and he
yes,
could
this is
be because
great.
I feel like I would do this too if Coach was giving me the craziest nickname I've ever heard with a 10-minute monologue. I'd be having that face of like I can't wait to tell people about how insane this is.
This
Like I'm
happened.
excited. This is a Survivor moment, and he's just giving it to me.
The part that confused me though is when he was doing it to Colby, Colby looked really confused and
Colby
thrown
looking
off.
was like, "Who are you?"
But in his
Colby's like, okay, buddy.
one-on-one, he was like, I feel honored.
Yeah,
I
So
I'm.
I
guess.
was confused by that.
I was confused.
I would have faked like I was honored to coach, but in the back of my mind, like this guy's a wacko, but we're in an
Mhm.
alliance. I'm riding with you, baby. Like, but I was
I'm
confused.
gonna
I
be
was
your
like,
oak bound.
is Colby cool with this,
And
or is he
and
playing
he kind of
along?
Oakbound. He's like, it goes to the oldest, slowest dude that somehow runs everything, or whatever he said. I was like, that sounds pretty insulting.
The warrior, the lawmaker in the forest, or something like that. I don't know. Ugh.
It was giving. I wrote this down too. It was giving Philip in Caramoan in 26 when Philip in his pink underwear is running around, building his organization of who he calls the specialists, and he's giving them all. He's like, "You're
Yeah.
the assassin and the widowmaker and the whatever," and he's like pulling these people aside. And but eventually, he's just talked to every single person in his tribe, so no one's got their own nickname anymore.
Right.
Like, don't tell anyone. I told everyone. Oh God, we should rewatch Caramoan as a group sometime. That season is
Mm.
crazy,
That
and
season's
not in
good.
a good way. And then before we cut to the challenge, Aubrey decides I'm gonna go up to Coach and align with him. I guess if you're in her spot, no ally is a bad ally.
Not
Yeah.
before she talks more crap about our girl Jen
Mm.
Mm.
and
Yeah.
gets the situation wrong. You started beef with Genevieve, not the other way around, homie.
Yeah. When
Mm.
Genevieve's like, "Hey, do you want to work together?" She's like, "I don't know about you. Who are you?"
So, whoa, like that. Like she like makes her back up. It's like, yeah, no, Genevieve doesn't want to work with you.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next rivalry that's teed up here.
And it doesn't
Mhm.
help. It doesn't help that Aubrey's only ally appears to be Tiffany, who may or may not still be on the island.
Yeah, who has had
Yeah,
a
true.
singular
No one knows.
confessional
I mean, we'll
the
get to
entire
her,
time.
but it really, I forgot she was there.
Yeah.
Can we do it?
Should
Can
we
we go
go
to challenge time with
go to
Kyla?
immunity? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's time
Oh,
for
we're
me to-
not gonna go to where Charlie wakes Rizzo up in the boat.
Oh yeah, we can do that. I
Oh.
forgot about
Oh
that.
yeah.
I mean, this was a weird scene.
Greg,
Rizzo's,
This
first of all,
Greg
the way
texted
he's
me about
sleeping in the
that.
boat, like one
It was
leg
weird.
up.
It was weird he was in the boat. It was weird how he was
yes.
sleeping in the boat, and it was weird that Charlie was like, "Now's a good time to pull him out of the boat."
Charlie looked like a creep. He was watching him sleep,
Did.
and then Rizzo says, "Charlie knocked on my boat," like it was a
like
room.
like we're all supposed to have gone along this journey with him. Like, oh yeah, I'd get in the boat.
That really solidified the
Did not
progression
help
of events
Charlie's
that
case.
happens
Yeah,
later because
This, yep,
that didn't look good.
yeah,
bad
Operation
blood.
No.
Bad Blood is in motion.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we'll talk about Operation Bad Blood. We'll give Megan the floor for that. All right, now,
Mhm.
does anyone have anything else?
Nope.
Okay, now it is time for the immunity challenge. Kyla, take us away, my friend.
All right. Well, one of the biggest things about this one is we learn only one tribe is getting immunity. So that means that the two other tribes are going to tribal, and we've all been waiting on this, so it's finally happening. So first, there's a few platforms out in the water. Two tribe members are going to swim out to one platform, and there's like a box of obstacles, and then they have to go over that and get to the
Obstacles.
next
Sorry,
boxtacles. Is that really
boxticles.
what they called them?
No, that's
Or
what
did
I'm
you just
calling
make
them.
that up? Oh, I like that. A boxtacle. And then they have to climb up um kind of like a
It's like a
thing to
pyramid
untie, yeah, like a pyramid to untie these bags of coconuts. From there they have to bring them into the beach. They have to dig out from under a pole so they can go under the pole.
with the
And
coconuts
then
too.
with the coconuts and land them. And there's another person that's going to do that same thing. Basically, one person in the tribe ends up having to do something. So from there, one person has to untie the bags and empty the coconuts to find keys. Another person has to like unlock a box using the key. And then inside the box is a hook that has to be thrown to grab a bag of sandbags. And then the sandbags have to be thrown on these little pedestals. So
Yeah.
basically,
And
everyone has a spot.
it's the layup shot when we get to, I don't know if anyone has noticed when we do the weekly awards, people are probably tuned out then, but the least consistent award, the little banner I made for that, is someone doing this challenge and missing horribly. So if you need a visual,
Mm.
just, stick around for the next 40 minutes or whatever it is. Go ahead.
One thing to note, Colby sits out of this one, and they kind of talk about it for a minute because
Mm.
I feel like that's rare. So they do have to address like why is Colby sitting out? And it's because he's kind of hurt. So I'm interested to see if he continues that. I don't know if you guys have thoughts on that, but I didn't even realize he had gotten hurt.
Yeah,
So
they
I don't
They
haven't
know.
didn't
they
show
haven't
it.
really talked about it except for that 1 second. So
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
hoping, knock on wood, for some people who may have picked him, that he bounces back from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll say this because I don't want to spoil anything, but having looked at the preview for next week and seeing at least one of the elements of I don't know if it's the or a challenge they do, it's possible that that comes into play. But I won't
Mm.
say anything more because
Interesting.
I don't know what level people want to know about, but it was shown in the trailer that could
Okay.
be that could come back up. So it's good to know.
Yep.
I just feel like
Uh,
usually they play up the injuries more. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Like normally they are as soon as
Except for
someone's a
that
little bit hurt.
except for that time in 45 that Jake like had a seizure and collapsed into the fire.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Yeah.
then they just never acknowledge it again.
See you later.
Okay, so starting out for each tribe, Ozzy's for pink, Jonathan for orange, and Joe for blue. Jonathan's, of course, absolutely killing it. You have Rizzo on the side yelling Hercules. But Ozzy's like right there on his
I
tail.
was
And
They're
gonna say
they're
those
honestly,
both
two are
great
your best
swimmers.
swimmers.
yeah, and
Poor
honestly,
poor Joe having to compete in a swimming challenge against
Yeah.
them.
he does well, actually, though. Like he's
Yeah,
keeping up until he gets to the untying of the bags. And that's where he really
Mm.
slows this tribe down. Pretty much Jonathan and Ozzy are back in the water, back on the beach at the same time. But Joe does put Genevieve a little behind because in the second round of that same thing, it's Charlie for orange, Steph for pink, and Genevieve for blue. And both Steph and Charlie are in the water with the coconuts before Genevieve even gets to climb up that pyramid. So they are
Mm.
this is putting now I'm losing
Blue's way far behind.
blue
Yeah.
a little behind. So but then dumping out each of the bags to find those keys, it's Suri for orange, Christian for pink, and Tiff for blue. And at this point, orange is way ahead, pink shortly behind, and then this is where Tiff has her shining moment.
And that
And
becomes the
This
GIF of the week.
this is gonna be the GIF of the week. As soon as it happens, we all knew it. I don't even think I needed to bring it up in this episode. I bet you everyone that actually watched this knew that's where we were going. Jeff comments
Yep.
on it. I've never seen someone untie knots like that. It was crazy. And
Wild.
it's wild to
Wild.
think that like Tiffany untying knots is one of the highlights of an episode where absolutely crazy stuff happens. But that was some fancy rope work. It's
That's all I can think.
And since I'm on Jeff Watch, I'll just say we almost got another.
It's
That's how you do
crazy
it on
we didn't get
Survivor.
it.
But
That's how
She
you do it
kind
on
of deserved
Survivor.
it.
he keeps
It's
cutting us
deserved it.
off, and
It's
I
cool.
just
How did that
I
not
need
get
it.
one? The first one better go to something amazing. Like Jonathan better like put a whole boat like over a wall or something. Because I don't know how you don't get one for the rope. I digress. I'm crashing out over this of
Kind of
all
wild.
things.
So, I didn't get into who unlocks each box and everything. I just kind of, the box gets unlocked. We're skipping to where we have to actually throw. So,
Yep.
we have Rizzo for orange, Coach for blue, and Angelina for pink. And Coach gets it on his first throw, which I actually thought was pretty impressive in itself. And that obviously, puts them ahead. So, uh, pink is the next to get their bag, and last place is orange. So Sela and Kala, now I'm switching between tribe names and colors. I'm sorry, guys. Are neck and neck with pink one behind almost the whole time. They're just, as always, behind. Joe is throwing, and Jonathan and Ozzy are also throwing. Joe for blue makes the last bag landing. This was actually, I felt like the ending of it was kind of anticlimactic. I thought the most exciting part was the very beginning when they were swimming for me,
Yeah.
and then the
Yep.
ropes, and then from there, besides Coach, it kind of went. Shh. But yeah, so blue won.
Last week I hedged my bets. I was like, there's a swimming challenge and they're not going to beat Jonathan, and I was right about that, but I could not have predicted Tiffany's rope skills because without her, there's no way they would have caught up.
No way.
Damn.
No freaking way.
No
Nope.
freaking way. All right, thank you for that. Does anyone else have anything to say about the challenge before we move on?
This is when I started to crash out, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you gonna clip in a Megan crash out? It was
Well, I
quick.
was hoping. I know it's been some time, and we've had a lot happen to us today. But I was
True.
hoping we could work Megan up for our own viewership to get her to get
Wait.
like real angry in person.
Here's what happened, guys. Here is why
Wait, hold
I
on.
was
Is
so
this
worked
technically
up.
the new segment? Are we
What?
on? Are we on the
No,
scramble?
no, we're just on the
We're still on the challenge.
challenge lost.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you what happened after what I personally did after the immunity challenge. Is that okay?
That's
Yeah.
fine. I'll figure out the time codes later. It's not important.
After the immunity challenge, I don't start on time, and Kyla and Mikey always start on time. So usually I have someone that I can message,
And
or
we're never on
Matt
time.
is home. No, you're never on time. So I knew I wouldn't be able to text you guys. Or Matt is usually home and, will at least listen to me crashing out about it. Matt wasn't home and no one was watching it. And I was watching it by myself. So I'm sitting on my couch and I'm like, I'm gonna have to pick up two people. I have two people right now on the outs. I'm done. I'm gonna lose. What am I gonna do? And the only person that I had to talk to was Percy, my cat. So that's what happened to me. And I did have a
We're
minor
here for you
crash.
now.
It's a crash
Yes,
out moment.
yes.
I understand.
I was losing my mind. I was like, this is it. I'm gonna lose two of my players. I'm done.
I'm done. That would have been a superlative for sure.
Yeah. All right, well, on that note, let's move on to the scramble, the pre-tribal scramble. And how we're going to do this is we're going to talk about Sela, or the Orange Tribe, first. Then we're going to talk about Vatu, or the Fuchsia Tribe, as Bree would say. Then we'll do both tribals together, because for my editing purposes, it's easier. So, and just a heads up to the people on this recording, we are going to have to get out and get back in probably after we do Scrambo. All right, So, let's talk about Sela, the Orange Tribe, and we get Operation Bad Blood. Right on cue with the Swifties of the league. Thank you. And I don't have a lot to say about Operation Bad Blood other than this whole plan is just to have allies, which is everyone's plan all of the time. I was really hoping for like I don't I'm Rizzo is annoying to me. I get
Mhm.
why Charlie's gonna be out soon because he did not play great, especially as we said, waking him up and like he was it wasn't great. I was expecting more.
He's being too sulky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like at least if it's gonna be like do some sort of interesting like Operation Italy where there's like layers of fakes and creative ways and bring people in and tell them half the plan and this person his whole thing was just I'm going to befriend this person and then they're going to befriend this person and we're all going to be friends and then we'll just vote with our friends. That's not an operation. That's
No.
just Survivor. I'm going to have to
Well,
use a
I just really
breakdown
didn't
of words
like
from you.
how I really just didn't like how Rizzo, in my mind, was the enemy for all of this because he is the one who told Charlie he betrayed his enemy, and then somehow this got all worked around, and now Charlie's getting voted out because of it.
And
I'm
it's
not
not even
happy.
true.
Mhm.
It's not even true. He
It's not
misspoke
even
because
true. He
he was
lied.
trying to downplay his relationship with Savannah, who was not even in the game at that point. And then
Right.
Charlie took
Mhm.
it the wrong way, and now Charlie's. Do you think when Charlie got to? We'll talk about this later. I gotta put a lid on myself. Um. Anyway,
Okay.
What
so
also one more thought on that of
yeah, yeah.
like him getting allies because I think at one point he's like, okay, step number one, become allies with D and get Operation Bad Blood in motion. And I'm like, you didn't even do anything. D walked up to you and was like, hey, I want to work with you. And basically D orchestrated it and Rizzo was just like in the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? But he's like,
Yeah.
I Operation Bad Blood. I decided to work with D. It's like, no, you didn't. You were just sitting in the hammock.
And then he goes and talks to Sari, and he's like, "Oh man, I can't believe I got Sari to work with me." And then it cuts to Sari, and it's very obvious Sari is like, "I am gonna cut him like a rope as soon as I get the chance, and I'm
Yeah.
happy
I
to do
don't
it."
I don't know if I agree actually. Suri revealed to him that she had an extra vote.
She did.
Like I
I
actually
forgot about
like
that.
he was doing a good job revealing things, and he revealed to Suri about him having an idol, and then she revealed to him, and she even says in her confessional, like, I'm old school, like you don't tell people stuff, but I'm gonna tell Rizzo this. So I
Yeah.
actually think he has, and this is why, and no one knows this, but Rizzo was my backup vote this week behind Camilla because I actually do think he did a very good job building allies this episode. And
Let her have it, Megan. Don't hold back. I have a
he
breakdown
might be
alert.
the
I'm not afraid to
first,
use it. Let her have
he
it,
might be
please.
he might be the first to go in this woman alliance that he's forming, but I think he did a good job doing it. Besides with Camilla, Camilla read right through
Camilla,
it.
yeah.
Yes,
But
that was
No, no,
Sari
no.
and
peanuts,
We
Dee
can't
Camilla
move
was
on.
are
dead.
Megan, get her.
Kyla, what are you
I do think he did
Breakdown
good. And
alert.
I think
Woo! It's
I
happening.
think
You okay?
I'm not. Here.
You know what? I can get loud too. What the f? I can get loud too. I don't want to. Oh, you know why I'm crying? It's probably the nicotine withdrawal.
I crack open a coconut and they didn't cheer for me.
I came and apologized to you. You never
Over
apologized
and
to
over
Brenda.
again. You are
That's what
one
I
pathetic
thought.
individual.
You're pathetic. You're a
You
little...
are pathetic.
Hey, shut your mouth.
You
Shut
can't
your
shut
mouth.
my mouth.
I'm tired of you talking. You've been talking.
Don't walk this
I'm
way.
mad at myself. I'm mad at him. If this is what you wanted, if you wanted to end my story so soon, you shouldn't have put me on Survivor in the first place.
I think that Charlie did it to himself. Charlie did not play good.
Yes,
The way
Charlie
he
did not do a
played
good job.
was bad. And what was Rizzo supposed to do? Charlie was going after him. I'm sorry that I'm defending Rizzo, but I actually think he's playing okay. I think he's
I
doing
think
good.
Get her.
I actually think that Rizzo stepped into a trap because he is going to tell everyone Operation Bad Blood was his idea, and I think that Dee is really the one who wanted it, but she wanted Rizzo to take credit for it. And I think that Dee was really the real one there.
I do see Dee playing him.
Sure.
I do see Camilla seeing through him, but I agree with Kyla that Sari was actually
Yeah.
opening up to him, which blew my mind. I will say that when she started telling him shit, I
Like,
was
what
like,
are you
"What's
doing?"
happening?"
Yeah. Especially the one-on-one confessional when she said that. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just
All I
thrilled.
have to say is, broke my little heart.
I'm just thrilled I got to
Me
use the
too.
breakdown alert. I don't know that it really applied here, but I'm
I
pulling the
think
trigger.
you
You can
kind of
use it.
forced a breakdown alert by just
I'm
saying
pulling
it's
the
happening.
trigger.
Listen,
I've sat
told
on
you,
this.
I was crashing out.
I've sat on this video package for like a year now. I I have to use it. All right. What else happens? Oh, Rizzo lies to Camilla
Camilla,
about
Yeah.
Kyle's injury. He's like, he and
messed
I
up.
were best buds, and I was sure at this point Camilla was like, I'm gonna kill him because she knows he's lying.
Yeah.
He said
Mhm.
something about Kyle being his older brother, and I feel like Camilla was like, "Aren't you guys like the same age or something?" Like
Yeah.
she like
He was like, Kyle
She was
hobbled up
like,
to me
"That's
and was
not
like,
true."
you win this game, specifically you.
Also, wait, can we talk about how when he tells her about the Billie Eilish idol, her face?
Oh, great
Like
acting.
She didn't believe him.
Well, I
I
think
feel like
she
she didn't
forget
believe
he's
him.
on TV, and she was like gonna roll her eyes about Billie Eilish, and then had to be like, "Oh wait."
Camilla's not
That's
about to
what I
be out
swear was
here.
happening in her head.
Camilla's not about to be out here being one of the people that's just like saying Billie Eilish's name 800 times an episode. She's like, I'm not gonna do it.
No.
I
All
felt
right.
like she thought that Rizzo was lying to her, if I'm honest, even about that.
Or I mean that's also true.
that could be
That
true.
also could happen.
Like Billie Eilish, why would she have an idol? That's kind of how it came across to me. But yeah. And then Charlie says that there's no strategy. He's just gonna chill. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Rizzo's out here cooking. He's cooked,
Yeah.
dog.
And then Charlie's 12 hours too late and is like, "Hey, Camilla, you heard about this idol?" Buddy, it's too late.
Too late.
But uh-oh.
So we move over to the Vatu beach, a beach we've seen plenty of this season.
Yes.
And Christian basically decides it's time to beg for my own life with flattery. And everyone appears to be against Angelina. I'll walk you through what I have, and then everyone give your reactions. But let me walk you through what happened. So Christian begs for his life with flattery. Everyone is like, we're gonna get Angelina, and then Ozzy basically is like, Christian, I'm gonna take your lunch money. Give me your shot in the dark, because it's the only way for you to, like, for me to fully trust you, which is really risky if you're Christian, because either you just make yourself a sitting duck, or someone who's old school like Ozzy that would value that kind of move. Maybe he doesn't try and stick you.
You lean in. Yeah.
So Christian then goes off on a tangent, and this is my read on it. You can disagree. I thought Christian was like, Ozzy's being so difficult and freaking out because he was blindsided. But I was like, I think Christian's having a spaz attack right now. Like, what are you, mad that someone else was mad you lied to them? You can't expect that. Like, how dare he be upset that I tried to completely pull the wool over his eyes? It's wild to me that Christian was so up in arms that Ozzy have any feelings at all.
Yeah. I think he was nervous because he knew that, I mean, he can't really trust Emily, and he knows that Emily and Ozzy have a thing. So I think it sent him in even more of a spiral, just knowing that there was a potential for Ozzy to come after him.
Yeah, I think it was a great move for Ozzy. He needs to have insurance. He's not going to be lied to again. So I feel like Christian has to understand he has to fold a little bit here.
It took
I
him a
actually
minute.
was freaking out when he said that. I thought that Ozzy was cooked after that. I was like, well, now they're all going to target Ozzy. He's done because Christian has more friends than Ozzy. Why would you say that? So I was freaking out. I was like, well, see you later.
Yeah, and I do wonder why Christian didn't go that route, and maybe it's because then he would be the only man left, right? Did I calculate that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that like he couldn't go after Ozzy. If there wasn't a merge, they would be screwed.
Because he's not a girl's girl
Mhm.
like Rizzo.
Right.
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 He's a
They
robot's
need him.
robot.
He's a robot's robot. Never mind, that's the title. Robot's robot, y'all. That's good. That's really funny. I'm so mad I didn't think of that.
Yeah, at this point in the episode, I was losing my mind because I was like, perfect. Charlie is on the chopping block on this tribe. For everyone listening, my tribe is
Sorry, I
Christian,
didn't mean to
Ozzy,
throw-
and Charlie. And then the other tribe, the other two are going after each other. It's like, great. So no matter
Great.
what, I'm gonna lose
Awesome.
someone.
This is gonna be a
It's
sick
not
week
looking
for you.
good. Yeah.
I don't even know what you just said. I'm still thinking about robots, robot. All right, should we move on to tribal? Christian
do
gives
it.
up a shot in the dark. That's what happens.
Yep.
All right, let's
I
go.
was,
Token
I
of his
was
trust.
surprised.
I was surprised too.
I was surprised that he did that, but it made
Yes.
sense, I guess.
All right, let's move on to tribal council. All right, which tribal council do you want to do first? Do you want to do orange
Can
or
we just
purple?
go in
Let's-
order?
I don't care. Whatever
Yeah.
you want. Someone kick it off. I don't want to leave this one.
Well, we start out with Jeff doing his impressions.
I
Oh,
like
yeah.
I loved it.
impressions.
People online
They were
hated
so
it. I
good.
loved it.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I'll agree
loved
with
it.
online. I didn't like it.
Oh, I thought it was
I
so
liked it.
funny.
I liked it way better than the rap. I'll tell you that.
Yes, significantly better than the rap.
I think we should just stop having Jeff perform.
Well, I mean, yes,
I thought
but
they
clearly
were so good.
yeah, he definitely picks up on these people's
Well,
mannerisms.
I'll push back on that. I don't
Mhm.
think they were good. I thought they were funny. I didn't
Okay,
black
yeah.
out and was like, "Oh my God, is that Jonathan on my screen?" But I thought it was funny
No.
the idea that the host would be like, "I've been around these people way too much, and I know what dumb things they do." Like when he went, "Mr. Jeff," I was like, "That's really funny."
Yes, yes. He definitely got their mannerisms right. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was awkward.
I think they thought that. Like you
That's
could
why
tell
I
them
thought it.
sitting there, they were like,
Mhm.
I'll tell you this. I like that Sassy Jeff is back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sassy Jeff.
I do like Sassy
and
Jeff.
then it does give a golden moment where he's like, "Oh, doesn't it feel nice for all of us to laugh and be on the same page? Anyway, now kill each other." Like he's like, "All right, go at each
Somewhere.
other's throats." That's over. Christian at one point grabs his bag, and I was like, "What does he
Yeah.
have?" in
Yeah.
that? Did you
That threw
notice
me
that?
off. Yeah, he grabbed
Yeah,
it
I was
right,
like,
right. Yeah.
he's packing
Right when
up.
he goes to
Like,
read.
what is he doing?
I don't even know if they
But
had
during-
voted yet. What is that when it happened?
It was right when Jeff went to go read the votes is when Christian grabbed the
Mhm.
bag, which that's why it really threw me off because I was like, he's getting ready to walk out of here. Is this a blindside on Christian that they just didn't show anything on?
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's
but-
lost with the Tiffany coverage.
But the actual tribal here was kind of boring, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the talking, it was just like they talked about trust.
Yeah, that's it.
Angelina tries to make her last little vow to stay.
Doesn't work.
Mhm.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Oh,
And-
wait,
But but there's a really funny part at the end.
Yes, and I was gonna let Kyla talk about it. I was gonna say Angelina goes home, but not before Kyla.
She hands over her jacket to her tribe, and now my tribe name is a legacy.
Yes.
Can I have your jacket?
I love that she did that. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
It
I
was
liked it a lot.
hilarious.
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
was an appropriate way to call back because some of the callbacks they did in
Mhm.
episode 1, while I loved it, were admittedly a little bit like, "Hey, we're doing this again. Remember when we did this?" So it was nice to like. I like that they.
And just
Yes.
sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I like that this season they've done some of that, which is fair, but not as much as they could have really cheesed it up this season and just repeated stuff.
Mhm.
And they haven't done it at every opportunity. Just most opportunities, but not every opportunity. So this is a fun way to bring back that
Oh.
moment.
They also, I meant to comment on it earlier when they, how they brought back the Ozzy and Cochran fighting and then said like
Oh,
it looked
yeah.
like Christian. Yeah, like that one was good. I
There
was
were-
like, because that's
That
what I
was
was
good.
immediately thinking of. Yeah.
Whoever edited that like morphed Christian's face into Cochran's,
Yeah.
and I was like,
That was
wow,
good.
what they spent a lot of money on that shot. That was great.
They probably just asked
Yeah.
chat like we do with everything else. They were like, "Chat, put
That's true.
Christian's face on Cochran." But I'm really glad that Angelina went out like that because it was good self-awareness, and any
That's awesome.
annoyance that she had from the past I feel as though is dispelled
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
A little
But
self-deprecating is
a
always
little,
nice.
yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Like, always good to see a pair of veneers leaving the island. We'll have one more count for normal teeth this week.
We can keep a
Do
scoreboard.
we? I have a
Natural
question.
versus
Do we want to
veneers.
do?
Do we want to
True.
do what?
Do we want to do partial tea time, or do you want
No,
to do
I want to
tea
do it
time
all
for
at the
this
end.
tribal? And
No,
okay,
I
all at
want
the
to
end.
do
All
it all
right,
at the end.
you got it. I'll wait.
All right, so we move on
Just know
over.
there's some tea.
We move on over to the other tribal council with the Orange tribe. And I was wrong, clearly, because you'll see. I wrote, it's so clear that Camilla wants Rizzo out.
Well, two things can be true, as you always say.
Yeah.
Two things can be true because I don't
Yes.
think that
Mhm.
Camilla is on the Rizzo train.
Yeah,
I agree with Brie.
that's fair. And Devins points out how humbled he's gonna be if he's wrong.
Oh,
He's
that
like,
was so
man, I'm really
funny.
gonna have egg on my face. And I was like, looking like it. You're not wrong about that. Um,
I
I
do like what Dever says here, though.
Hmm.
Like he talks about, because I never thought about it this way, about the benefit that you get watching your season back and learning how people reacted to what you did that Rizzo's not getting. And so he could kind of be in his head about how great he played, or I don't know, he doesn't get the lessons learned. And I
Yeah,
never
Hmm.
thought about it that way.
yeah, that's
That
fair.
was interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I had the same thought. I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that as being an advantage, but
Yeah.
good call, Rick.
Mm. Uh, I don't have any notes on Charlie here. I figured that at least Megan would, but I did write down that Charlie was wearing his buff in a unique way, and it made him look like Fred from Scooby-Doo.
I
He
I
had a
thought
little
that
ascot.
He
I,
did.
I thought that shirt made him look like the guy from Blue's Clues.
Steve.
Steve.
It was
Yeah,
because
Steve shirt.
it was because he was wearing it like an ascot and he was on the Orange Tribe that I was like Fred. But
Mhm.
I could go with what you said. I'll okay that.
I did think it was funny that both Rizzo and Charlie were so confident. Like both of them, you could see sitting, they were like, mm-hmm. Like looking at each other like, well, sorry, buddy. Like sucks for you. It's like, well,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna suck when one of you is wrong.
Yep.
So you guys thought Camilla was for sure going for Rizzo?
I thought
No, I didn't think for sure
Yeah.
this week, but I think for sure she will not be working with Rizzo. I didn't
yeah,
know
this
if
is
this
not a
vote was
Oh
perfect
yeah.
what for
friendship.
me was up in the air, but I don't think she's going to work with him.
I think she's playing the long game.
Yeah.
Agree. I just truly didn't know what she was going to do. I wasn't sure at all. It was a
Yeah,
complete surprise
I
to
w-
me.
yeah, I wasn't either.
Because like the first episode, she was like she made that little alliance with like Dee and Tiff. So I was wondering if she's just, you know what I mean? Like she was like, well, to appease Dee, I'll do this vote, but Rizzo's not it. I'm just gonna do it so that I'm with the girls
I
still.
can see that.
Yeah.
It was the right
Mm-hmm.
move. I'm not saying she made the wrong choice. Maybe I was
Yeah.
hoping that it would have been like I see what you said about Kyle, and that's not cool with me. Um,
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why I wanted that to happen, to be even honest with you. That's just
I
where my
mean,
head
I
was
wish
at.
that happened.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually okay with it because I'm glad I'm gonna say it. I'm glad I got to pick a new person because I just didn't think Charlie was playing a good game.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll agree
Yeah.
with that. In hindsight, certainly like because we're recording this on Sunday, probably come out on Monday. I've now had almost like a week to think about it, and I was like, Charlie was not playing a great game. I don't think he was playing a horrible game,
No,
but he
Yeah.
was not playing a Survivor 50 game-winning game for
mm-mm.
sure.
No, he
Very few,
wasn't.
very few people are. I would say Camilla has potential to be right now. I would
Me
say,
too.
depending on which episode you asked me this on, Christian was playing at one point
hmm
potentially. Suri, I
I
think
have
is
Camilla too, you know,
yeah.
everybody.
I think Suri is
I do
Camilla
too
girl.
now.
yeah.
I don't.
I think Suri is playing a Survivor 50 game-winning game potentially right now. A lot to be seen, but I don't know where I started with this. But yeah,
It's okay.
Charlie was
Just circle
Charlie
back
was
to
not.
wherever you
Charlie was not.
planted the station.
Charlie was not.
Yeah, I agree. I just like Charlie.
I don't even think he was playing a winning game for any season, let alone this season, to be honest.
No.
So
Sorry to say.
Charlie's out.
Charlie's
He's
out.
out.
Charlie's out. Which brings us to a couple points, and then we'll go to tea time, and then we'll go to Mikey. Next week is, based on the preview, is the merge,
Whoop,
which
whoop.
which means
Woohoo!
we're merging with 17 people, which is crazy. That also means
Crazy.
that this is the last week for anyone
Crazy.
in the league to pick up a player.
So it's going to be a bloodbath next week if a lot of people go home.
Yes, it is going to
Mhm.
be a bloodbath. As important in the preview, Tiffany gets a confessional.
Finally.
I'll
Woohoo.
say this though. We don't know if it's in the episode. We just know if it's in the preview. But it feels like she's gonna have one. Which will be nice to hear from her. Again, the rope thing was cool though, so I don't know. Anyway, should we do
Can I ask,
Yeah.
Megan, who did you pick up for Charlie?
Yeah, you want to do a round? We'll do a
I
round
just want
robin.
to, yeah, I just want to know, who did you pick up?
I picked up Stephanie.
Oh, that's right. And then you're
Yes,
going to
I
tell
have
us
a
why.
full-blown
we-
strategy if
we
you want to
won't
know
di-
why,
We
everyone.
won't dive into how the group chat reacted to the Stephanie pick.
No,
That doesn't feel like it's gonna be good
I have
for air for
I have a
us.
hardcore strategy. Don't worry. Do you want to know?
Bree, who did you pick up? I do
Yes,
want to
we
know.
want to know. Megan really wants to tell us. Hold on, Bree.
I
We gotta
do
hear
wanna
from
know.
Megan.
So here's the thing, guys. I don't know if anyone has noticed. I'm at the
You only
bottom
want
of the
people
league.
with old tweets that are problematic?
Yes, yes. But I'm at the bottom of the league. Like the bottom. There's
We did
probably
notice
there's
that.
two. Yes, in case anyone forgot. So not only do I need to pick someone who I think is good, I need to pick someone who will get me points that no one else has. Because if I pick someone up like a Camilla, who you all three have, you're already ahead of me, I'm not going to make any headway. And no one in the league had picked up Stephanie. Matt has Stephanie, but that's because she was given to him. So my thought process was, if she gets a lot of points, that makes up a difference, and she's kind of put herself in a good spot. She's got a lot of alliances. She's like knows about like a lot of boomerang idols and stuff. So that was
I
really
almost
strong.
picked Rick for the same reason.
I kind of wish I'd picked Stephanie like 2 weeks ago when I had to pick, or whenever it was. I think at the time I was like, oh, she's at the bottom. But having seen her
Yeah.
since then, I'm like, oh, that might have been the move.
She
We'll
could
see.
potentially win
who
the
did you
New
pick?
Challenge.
I had picked up Camilla at the time, which is not a bad pickup. I'm not upset
Camilla's
about
good.
that. But given that I won't be able to pick up Stephanie now because it'll be too late, I'm having a little bit of like, what if?
Little FOMO.
Yeah, a little FOMO.
Mm.
Bree, you picked up who?
I was gonna say, just to dovetail off that, I almost picked up Rick for the same reasons, because no one has him, and he's playing a game that I'm not saying is the best game, but it's definitely a solid game, and he's doing things. So I feel like he could be a differentiator, but given that I'm in a different position league-wise, I was trying to not pick a risky thing, and I ended up taking Colby. Although he has the foot situation, I am believing at this point that because they haven't focused on it, it is not going to come to fruition as an injury, because I think if it was, they would have focused on it more just for TV purposes. So I picked Colby.
Cool.
And Kyla almost picked up Rizo, as stated.
Yeah,
did not.
but I picked up Camilla, and I didn't think about that strategy that you guys just mentioned, but it's very smart. And strictly because I honestly think that it's either her or Christian wins the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, just she looked amazing in those party photos. I'm like, she looks like she won $1 million, literally. So honestly, I think she
does,
or
yes.
Christian wins. I do. Calling it.
Okay. I love a call.
Well, you know what it's time for? Because there's someone else that lost someone this week. It's time for the wheel. But we have an actual we have an actual segment. Oh no, hold on. We have an actual segment for it now. We have I don't know that the production value is going to show, but we put a lot of effort into this one.
There's some lore behind the wheel intro.
Yeah. So I sent the intro to you two. Go ahead and press play, and I'll superimpose it over. Ready? 3, 2.
Should we mute them?
No, I want their live reactions. 3, 2, 1. Wheel. Big wheel, time to decide. Wheel, 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 wheel. Wheel time, the tribe decide.
Wheel.
All right, we have a special new segment, old segment, but new segment. Now it's got an intro. We're doing wheel time. It's wheel time, everybody. Still working on the title. Nora's here in person, so we thought we'd get her real reaction to her wheel pick. So as you can see, there's some new features. There's going to be a spin again that could come up. And if you would go ahead.
All right. Spin that wheel.
This is great content.
Hey.
Hey! Big wheel time to decide.
Wheel.
Wheel time, the tribe decide.
Wheel.
Is that us?
Wow.
Or is just random people?
No, that's me and Pat this
That's
morning.
we recorded vocals on my phone.
That's why I was like, is that us from a previous pod saying wheel?
No, we recorded ourselves this morning, and then I doubled it and added multiple layers of audio effects to make it sound like there was a chorus of people, and then
We had a quick
I
choir
slowed
practice in town walk.
We had to write. We were out yesterday, and we had like a 45-minute drive home, and we spent the whole drive home trying to figure out what the bit should be that was like wheel time to decide. There was like 8 different versions of it, and then we got confused, so we had to write the lyrics out this morning. It was a whole production.
And Pat was like, "There's no way the instrumental for that's online." And I like pulled it up in the car, and I was like, "Wheel."
And as soon as she found it, I was like, "Oh, we're doing it."
We're doing it.
Oh,
So
this is it.
so funny.
So anyway, yeah, Nora wheeled Rick.
Okay.
So that was our live segment from the fields. Megan, since you're here and Mikey's not, do you want to do tea time first, or do you want to yield the floor to Mikey?
No, let's do tea time.
All right, everyone, we're here for a live segment of tea time.
grab your cups.
Grab your cups. Tea time with Megan.
Everyone, get your mug. Thank you, everyone. Wow, okay. Everyone came prepared. All right, guys, let's get into tea time with Megan. So we have 2 nice tea time segments. Who do we want to start with? We have some tea on both of our fallen tributes. We have tea on Angelina and Charlie. My Hunger Games sweatshirt, you know?
Angelina first, please.
Okay, so Angelina came back spicy, guys. She did a bunch of podcast interviews and she came back hot. She, like we've been talking about, there has not been a lot of confessionals for certain players, and a lot of the women are saying that there's not a lot of confessionals from the women. You can take with that with what you will. But what I thought was very interesting that she said they specifically cut out is Angelina knew this whole business was going on with Ozzy and Christian. You know, this whole the whole island, I'm sure, knew. Like, it's clear that they were fighting. So she caught wind of the shot in the dark, that Christian didn't have it. And she tried to make a move and went with Ozzy and was like, "Hey, now's the time. Let's take Christian out. He's dangerous. Like, come on, we got to do this." And apparently this all happened on the island and they didn't put any of that in. Like, she said that they had this whole conversation. Ozzy was going back and forth with her. And basically she said that Ozzy chickened out. Now, maybe she's lying about the whole thing. I don't know. But it just seems weird to me that they wouldn't edit any of that in, you know?
Yeah. That's good content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I could guess that maybe in this specific instance they were like, the episode can only be so long. We got to get to 2 tribals. We know that he doesn't choose to vote out Christian, so we're just gonna
we'll just get
cut that. But regardless, her point of none of the women are getting to talk definitely stands. So
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
Sorry, Megan. This is tea time.
No. Please give your live reactions. Yeah, so I just thought that was really interesting, and I was like, good for you, Angelina. That was, I feel like that was her best strategy to try and stay. I feel like she made a good, valiant effort, but she did not make it. So sorry, Angelina. Sorry, girl.
Mm.
That was our tea on Angelina, and then I have it's not really tea from on Charlie, but I did just get a lot of. There's been a lot of Charlie on my FYP. We get a lot of interviews from Charlie. So he also did an interview after he left, and he said two things that I thought was very interesting. So he basically said, you know, like we obviously know going into tribal, it's going to be between him and Rizzo. Like we know Camilla's the deciding vote. He basically said that as soon as he saw one vote more or the second vote for him, he knew he was done. He was like, oh, they flipped, I'm out. And he said he even said like out loud, like, I'm cooked, I'm done. But they like cut that out, obviously, because you know he doesn't know this is all happening. So he said immediately when he saw that, he was like, damn, the girls flipped, like, you know, I'm done, I'm out. So he already knew that. And he also said that he heard some rumblings of the pregame alliances. Did you see this?
I did.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have seen like this commentary in general. Like Jeff always is like, oh, like returning seasons, there's no pregame alliances, that's not a thing, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
That's not
And
true.
I just feel like, yeah, that's bullshit. We all know. Like there's no way that you're returning with people and you're not going to talk to people.
That.
Right.
No. So, you know, obviously they probably tried to. I don't even know how you would try to, but Jeff says that that doesn't exist. We all know that that's a thing. And Charlie said that Rizzo and Dee FaceTimed and did all of this stuff pre-game and became friends because of Sophie B. Because I think Sophie B and Dee both live in Miami or something.
Yeah, they do.
So like they were friends, and then Sophie B like connected Dee and Rizzo. So basically Charlie was blaming that pre-game alliance and said that it wasn't Operation Bad Blood didn't start on the hammock, and it started with them and their pre-game FaceTime.
That is interesting, T.
So I don't think, like we said, Charlie really wasn't. I don't know that that was the only reason he got out. He could have done a lot of things to save himself, for sure.
Yeah, but that's really, yeah.
It is interesting.
One more piece of Angelina lore that I heard this week was that and other people might have seen it. Like since this is filmed and been done and closed, obviously her and Mike White are still very good friends, but neither of them has spoken to Christian, and he's totally like out of that friendship and like.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
They cut
He's
him out
done.
completely.
He's cooked in that
Yeah.
group. Not that he was super close with them, but
I was
like
gonna say I didn't feel like he was.
Robot.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just like it's never gonna happen again.
The other thing
He's
that
definitely
people...
not on White Lotus.
No. The other thing I think people were asking is how quickly did Charlie learn about that lie with the Savannah versus Sophie?
Oh,
and he said immediately, obviously, because Savannah was
that's what I was going to bring
Ponderosa.
up. Yeah, because I wonder if he got to Ponderosa and realized he's like, yeah, I got out because of this, and I got too focused. And Savannah was like, oh, that's not how it happened.
Yeah, and he said in the video I saw, he was like, it's not like I like hate Rizzo or anything. So I don't know if that's 100% true either. I feel like that's him being a little PC. I feel like he doesn't like him, and that's fine.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he does, but he did say like, which like I could kind of see because they said this too, like kind of like what Devins was saying, right? Like it depends on the narrative and like what the editors like edit in, and he was saying that like he had confessionals where he talked about how he thought Rizzo did certain things well and everything, and they obviously cut that out. So like he was like, yeah, I said that, but I think that there was like they also cut out other stuff like this, which like you said, maybe he's just trying to be PC. I could see him doing that too. So
yeah, it could have been the edit that made him seem so weird about Rizzo.
Agreed.
Staring off about the not voting for your number one.
This has been
tea time.
That's our. Is this tea? This is the end of the segment.
Tea time.
This has been tea time with Megan live. So let's go to the other Calabrese sibling with Mikey's move of the week.
All right, everyone, back with hopefully your favorite segment. I don't know, but sorry for missing last week. I was traveling with our bowling team. Go bowling. Anyway, so we have Mikey's move of the week back in action. So let's start off. Kahlo, W, my girl Tiff. I'm biased. I don't care. If you don't like her, then you need to watch 46. Tiff is amazing. She literally had to make sure that the editors actually showed her that she's in the season, maybe, I don't know, by crushing it in that challenge. So W to Tiff. And new Kahlo, the L goes to Coach because, well, he's finding new ways to piss me off. So yeah, no, the whole quote-unquote medieval Japanese lore, brother, doesn't exist. Good try. Don't knight people. Weird. Just weird. A new ways to find ways to make me mad. New Vatu. No one. They suck. They actually suck. Their W is that merges next week, so they no longer have to deal with each other in an immunity challenge. So good for them. And the L goes to Christian because Christian really perfectly placed himself in his OG Sela tribe to then quite literally painting himself to be the villain. Like the way that he was trying to be strategic with the Mike White vote to how he handled the Ozzy situation, he actually went so off the rails that we're not that impressed with Christian's play anymore, guys. I don't know if you are, but I'm not. The new Sela, obviously the W goes to D. I mean, like, again, I don't care how it was edited, how people think it is. Like, it was so not Rizo. That was D from the start. She literally had the chat with Jonathan, had the chat with Charlie, went and chatted with Rizo and said, hop on, baby. I know you have no idea how to do this game by yourself. And D's basically the better Savannah. The L, Charlie, babe. Yep, I'm wearing the hat for a reason this week, everyone. Yeah, no, sorry, Charlie. You played so sloppy, so messy the entire time. I'm really happy that I didn't pick you on my team. So yeah, sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry to all the Charlie fans. It's just not, nope, he didn't deserve to win, let alone make the merge. And then biggest winners, biggest losers of the week. Biggest winner, my girl Taylor Swift, man. I mean, my God, talk about free press. She literally got 4 of her songs name dropped, and I hope that she paid nothing to CBS. Unlike Zach Brown clearly is. I mean, God. Taylor Swift gets more feature, probably better publicity, and she wasn't even on the show. Meanwhile, Zach Brown was just, whatever, we can talk about that for ages. And then, actually, the other biggest W, the true biggest W, is Kyla. The fact that the jacket was brought back, good for Kyla, that her team's namesake actually, made a comeback. I hope my team name does not make a comeback on Survivor 50. For the love of God, that would be horrible. And then the biggest L of the week, Jeff Probst, man, I am worried. I'm worried for that man. I am curious if he's like Survivor 50's it, and he's like testing the waters on what his other talents could be. And if that's the case, they're not it. It's not good. So I'm very concerned for Jeff. But that is Mikey's move of the week.
Thank you, Mikey, for that. Much appreciated. Shall we get into League Matters?
Aye.
Aye. All right, let's go to your scoring plays of the week. Scoring plays of the week. Majority voting goes to a whole lot of people this time because there were 2 tribals. Emily, Ozzy, Christian, and Steph all earned majority voting points, as did Camilo, Rizo, Sari, and
Camilo.
D. Camilo, is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, is Sari and D are like, it's hard to say that fast, and Camilla and Rizzo are. I
kind of like it.
Yeah,
I kind of like it too.
Well,
Yeah,
you know
but
I
that-
like
that
a
would-
nick. I know
that would
I like
imply
a
that there's
nickname.
a friendship there that we know doesn't really exist. Shot in the dark, Christian gives it up. We have an action for this. This isn't exactly how I thought it was going to go when we wrote this into the league 2 years ago. But Christian did actually lose some points for giving up his shot in the dark.
I lost points. Oh,
Yep.
God. I didn't even know
Wait a
that.
minute.
Well, here's the thing. When we wrote the rules and that action, usually when you give up your shot in the dark, someone's like tricked you into giving it up, and then they vote you out.
Yeah.
Or you during a challenge, you're like, people have given up their shot in the dark for rice or whatever, and so you are giving up your ability to defend yourself in tribal. You're giving up your vote. So it's minus
So I
points.
got minus points.
And it has never happened until now.
Kick her while she's down.
Does Ozzy get
Jesus.
points for getting it from him?
No, because Ozzy doesn't get to use his vote.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's true.
He's basically he's giving up. I guess he's giving up his vote. Like, he has to vote now, but he is giving up a shot at immunity technically.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're mad
Sorry,
about it,
Christian
go back
fans.
in time. This has never happened
That's
until now.
okay.
And then the only other points are tribe immunity, which goes to the Teal tribe. Miraculously, thank you to Tiffany. Not for my tribe, but for someone else.
Now going on Megan's tribe.
Yeah. Now we go to the season standings. Your season standings are as follows. The pre-merge boots up to this point in the season, 5 episodes in. Nora with Mike White's pepperoni nipples is in 28th. I love enunciating that one. Megan, not in last, just close to it in 27th. Kayla in 26th. Heidi is in 25th. Christina is in 24th. Pat Shiring in 23rd. Drew in 22nd. Mikey in 21st. Sharon's in 20th. Smith in 19th. Brenna in 18th. Matt in 17th. Wow, the whole Calabrese family is in the pre-merge boots. Not a great showing for your family. Paul and Dee would not be proud. Brian is in 16th, and Ryan Shiring is in 15th. Your jury, or the top of the tribe minus the leaderboard. Emily, barely hanging on in 14th. Mulcahy in 13th. Kyla in 12th. I am in 11th. Jazz is in 10th. Kelsey is in 9th. Alex is in 8th. Loomis in 7th. V is in 6th. Excuse me. Anne with the Hammis tribe is in 5th. And Bree is in 4th place this week.
Damn,
First
Bree.
time off the podium.
Okay, humble brag. Well, then we move on to who's going to Final Tribal right now. Much to no one's pleasure is Greg in 3rd. I'm leaving room to edit in booze. Tristan falls into 2nd, and Scott jumps into 1st.
Happy to see him
Good
up
job,
there.
Scott.
Yeah, good
Love
for
that
him.
for him. Love that for you, Dad.
There's that
Thanks for
storm.
kicking me off the podium. Jerk.
He expressed a lot of humility when we talked to him on the phone. We talked to him and Sharon the other day, and he's like, "I'm in 1st, but I know there's a lot of season left," and I was really proud. That's hard, because if the day I ever get to be in 1st, you're all gonna hate me. You're gonna hear about it, and it's gonna be unbearable. So well done by Scott, a much better man than I. All right, shall we keep going?
Yep.
Oh, here's the whole thing. I forget I put that in here. All right, let's go to your weekly awards. Your weekly awards are as follows. We're going to kick things off with the Have the Numbers Award. This award goes out to the tribes that did the best in the episode, the top 3. And this week, Scott, Loomis, and Emily all have the numbers. Strong showings. I think
all S name tribes. Weird.
Yes. I'll tell you this.
Oh,
Greg, before he gets on my case about this, Greg also had 10 points, but his consistency score sucks, or is at least worse than the people that have. There's a couple people that have 10 points, so I use that as a tiebreaker. So at least Greg's not honored here.
And that's a well-established rule, Greg. So no
AI
getting on Pat's.
No. Don't challenge him to do that. That's no. Greg, I'm our benevolent leader. Please keep me out of any Adam Sandler posters, or at least put me on a movie that was well respected. All right, your Bottom of the Tribe award. This award is for the opposite, the worst 3 tribes of the week. And there are some stinkers this week. Ryan Shiring with 4
Look
points.
at that.
Megan with 3, but it could be worse, Megan. You could be Drew, who put up a big fat goose egg. 0 points from Drew this week. and he lost Charlie.
Nothing.
So just horrible
Oof.
there.
Sorry, Drew. Who'd you pick up, Drew?
Yeah, no one right now. He only has 2 people
Oh, geez.
Oh, Drew, you have a tough
at
time.
time of recording.
Oof.
And I texted him to warn him because I figured whoever hadn't picked someone, I would text them this one time because it's no fun for people to go into the merge
To merge when
down a person already. Everyone else was doing so good. But at this point, if he doesn't pick one up, I'm really not going to feel bad. Okay, what's next? I believe it is your most consistent. It must be most consistent.
I think so.
You sound confident in that.
And your most consistent is Christina, believe it or not. Christina wins the award for most consistent up to the season. I don't think she loves where she consistently is, but it is an award nonetheless.
Now, Bree, this is the first time you haven't gotten this in a while.
I know,
Yeah.
because
What
I had a bad
happened?
week and I've had all good weeks, so it's
Oh.
just like a really
I'm
tough
so
time
hard to
for
be me.
me.
I'm Bree, and I'm always at the top. All right,
Yeah,
well,
I lost it.
good. Least consistent. Is Drew.
Oof.
I don't think putting up a 0 helped.
No.
But Megan, you handed over the moniker to Drew this week.
Thank God. I don't want to be least consistent.
I believe so. We have 2 left. We're gonna go with the negative one first. The I'm Taking Your Flint award. I'm Taking Your Flint goes to the person that dropped the most spots on the leaderboard this week.
Yeah.
And that must have also been Drew because he had 0 points. So he dropped 8 spots. I think last week he gained 7. So net loss of only 1. If you
Really,
could try and spin
rags
it.
to riches to rags and back to riches and back to rags story.
Yep. And then likewise, we have an award for climbing the most spots on the leaderboard.
Oh, I know who that's gonna be.
This is That's How You Do It on Survivor. And it goes
Get your
out
lightning
to
clouds out.
Emily.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be
Oh.
He only moved up 2, Bree.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Good job, Emily.
Emily moved up 4.
Woohoo!
Kelsey also moved up 4, but Emily has the best consistency metric. So again, going with the tiebreakers.
Good week
but,
for the girlies. Good job.
Good week for the girls.
Not in the confessionals though.
No, it's been a bad month for the girls in that regard. All right, I believe that's it. So let's move on. And our next segment is one that you all love. We've been waiting for. It is time for Bree's Superlatives. Go ahead.
All right. You know it. You love it. We're kicking off the superlatives with a new background. This is, you can't see the words, but this is the guy that says, you got to be quicker than that with the little dollar bill. And this superlative.
What a reference.
Yeah, I love this commercial. Anyways, so I do.
I'm sorry,
reference this all-
I gotta pause you because you come in with you gotta be quicker than that. And Robot's Robot. This is an all-time Brie episode.
Thanks. So this superlative actually has nothing to do with the game, but it's too funny not to mention. And the You Gotta Be Quicker Than That award goes to, so it's a co-award between Megan and Matt, because before we recorded this, Megan and Pat and I all went to Dairy Queen. And Megan so nicely texted her brother and said, would you like some Dairy Queen? And Matt answered, and
But
I
hold
kid
on,
you not,
when did she text him? We were maybe 2 seconds down the road
pulling into
from...
the parking lot for Dairy Queen. And Matt answered in 3 minutes. People count it 1, 2, 3 minutes. And then Megan texted him back. You gotta be quicker than that. Too late.
Yeah, because in the 3 minutes that he had, we had literally just finished our order and then pulled up. And then he was like, oh, I'll take this.
And Megan was like, nope,
Too
sorry.
late.
So
Too late.
You got to be quicker than that. Goes to Megan and Matt this week.
You gave him no
So
time.
sorry. So sorry,
Wild.
Matt. I know. I was like, what's worse at this point? Should I just have not texted him? Sorry,
Probably.
Matt.
Should have deleted that message. Unsent.
Unsent, yeah. My next award is Survivor related, and thank you, Pat, for your stats analysis because you drove a lot of this week. The Perfect Picks Award for 3 consecutive seasons of no new player pickups,
Before
which is
the
actually
merge.
pretty impressive. Yeah, before the merge, which is when the cutoff is. Goes to Kelsey. Kelsey has never
Wow.
picked up a new player, so
Wow.
Nice
that's
job,
pretty
Kelsey.
impressive.
In fact,
yeah.
I pulled up everyone who's in the league, everyone who's been in the league and got out. So I looked at literally everyone that's played our game. No, only 2 people ever have not had to pick someone up before the merge for multiple seasons in a row.
Wow.
Right? Because the first season, if you remember, Greg had a tribe that made it all the way to like the second to last episode before it fell apart, which ended up
impressive.
spawning, impressive. Ended up spawning our rule for like the limit on how many people could have each person. Kelsey has never had to pick someone up pre-merge, and Scott is actually the only ever person to go multiple seasons in a row without having to make a pickup before the merge.
Yeah, he had 2, right? And Kelsey had 3.
Last season.
Was my claim wrong about myself?
I'm talking about in a row.
I didn't think I ever had to pick someone up until this season.
No, I went back. I checked all the spreadsheets.
So I was wrong.
Yeah.
About myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you probably had to do it last.
It's good. You erred on the side of confidence.
I think you had to do it last season because you might have done it multiple, but you haven't had multiple in a row. Scott's done it twice in a row. Now, granted, Scott, he's the only other person to do this. Scott's first streak of this was last season, and then he immediately lost his entire tribe 1, 2, 3 in the next 3 episodes. So we don't have to talk about what happened after the merge, but before the merge, he's close. But Kelsey is better.
Well, we're all the hero in our own story, as
in our
Charlie
own story.
says.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I don't know how that applies here, but correct.
Me thinking I'm a hero and never picking up a player and then jinxing myself and losing my player the next episode. That's what happened, Pat.
And our last superlative, kind of on the opposite side of the coin of the one we just had, is someone who's lost all 3 of their original players this season, has had 3 pickups and replaced their entire tribe. We're going to call this the Bench Players Award. You were really diving into the bench on this one, and that goes to Pat Mulcahy. So good thing you had those bench pickups because your original tribe is.
Who was his original tribe?
I'll tell you in a second. He had Charlie this week.
Oh.
To be fair, he had
Savannah.
He had Savannah. Yep, he had Savannah, and he also had Kyle. Now, to be fair,
that's rough.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough
Kyle didn't
one.
get voted out, but his Achilles voted him out. So,
and that is a respectable tribe. I mean,
yes,
from the jump, I would have said that's a good tribe, but
yeah, damn, now he's starting fresh.
Yeah,
starting fresh.
Yeah, so now he's got Colby, Tiffany, and he picked up Coach today. So all over the board.
Tidewalker.
The Oak Bearer or whatever.
Based on my pickup, I can't judge. So
less problematic than your tribe. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go to confessionals now. Is that it for superlative spring?
That's been your superlatives of the week. You got to be quicker than that.
All right, we'll go to our esteemed sort of guest because you kind of work on the show, but normally it's more behind the scenes. We'll go to Megan first. Megan, do you have any confessional for us? What are your closing thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, I already kind of had my crash out. I yelled at Kyla. I sent Bree and Pat a video of me crashing out midway
If that
through
was
the
Megan
episode.
yelling, I wish I yelled like Megan.
You mean as quiet as possible?
Yeah, it's just calmer.
I thought you're going to put Sharon to sleep again. I thought you were doing ASMR.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Sharon. I hope you're still with us. Not half asleep.
And to be fair, you mean
Still
awake,
with us.
not in the land of the living.
Awake.
Sharon, see, Megan is troublemaker. I didn't say that.
Yes. So yeah, those are my confessionals. I already told everyone everything.
Well, I'll go. I have
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
thought. As we alluded to, based on the intro for next week, it's going to be the merge. I'll just say this. I'm a little disappointed that we're at the merge already. I think we have too many people. I think we could have easily gone to a two tribe scenario for another 2 to 3 weeks and then still had multiple vote outs, but ended in a place that this is going to be chaotic, which is fine. But I just don't think I'm personally was not ready for the merge. So that's where I sit.
I think we could have done mo double eliminations. I don't think we had to wait for Kyle's leg to eliminate him. That was the only double we got so far.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and until this week.
Yeah.
My closing statement, I just want to correct something I said earlier because I said either Christian or Camilla's going to win. Christian, Camille, or Genevieve. I think one of the people in my tribe is going to win this season. I forgot about Genevieve. I'm sorry. She really wasn't that active this episode, so kind of forgot about her. But that's kind of my closing statement. And Bree, you already took my other thought is like I was not ready for a merge. I think it's going to be a huge merge tribe, but it is going to be interesting, and I am ready for that tea. That
we better
whatever
get some good
comes
tea
out.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my closing thoughts then. I don't really have too many. I feel like I give all my thoughts on the episode throughout the thing. But I would say that my players to look out for. It's not really a confessional, but if I have to wrap it up, I would say that as I said earlier, I think there's definitely a difference between playing a good game and playing a winning game. And I think there's also, I'd like it to be true that there's a difference between playing a winning Survivor game and a winning Survivor 50 game, because it's obviously there's more twists, there's more people. That alone is more difficult. And there's not only are there more people, but there's more people that like they're back for a reason, even if they've had a bad showing so far. Like they didn't really bring back duds, I would argue. So people that I think are playing a winning Survivor 50 game potentially are Suri, who still has her obvious, not faults, but things that could get her in the long run, being that she is Suri and everyone knows who she is. I would say D is at risk for playing either everyone being like, you're doing the same thing you did last time, let's get her, or it working again. I would say I would like it to be true that Genevieve is playing a game like that. I think this week will be telling. I think if she's going to have to get out Aubrey, I think this week, which I think she can do because they're all merged, so she'll have more allies. I don't think Stephanie is, but I do think she's actually playing a pretty subtle game since she has been on the bottom of that Q blind side. And she's starting to like kind of fall into the background, but she can handle herself. And so I could see a world where, depending on the next few episodes, I start to do a lot with her, like in terms of thinking about her game. Camilla is, and let's get one more. Who else could be playing a winning Survivor 50 game right now? I don't think Christian. I think he's gotten a little too sloppy recently. I don't think Devins, because he's holding that ticking time bomb of taking the credit for Aubrey's idol. Not Aubrey, not Coach, not Joe, not...
Low-key, could you say Emily is?
No. Not a Survivor 50 game. I wouldn't say she's playing a bad game. I wouldn't say that I'd play the game anything like the way she's been doing it. But it is, as annoying as it has been for her to just flip on everyone, it's hard to argue with. I read this online. I think I sent this to some of you, if not all of you. She is, of the new era players, she's now been to by far the most pre-merge tribals, and she survived all of them. She went to 4 in her original season, and she's been to 5 now, I think, right?
Yeah.
So she's been not to 9 pre-merged tribals, which are notoriously extremely chaotic because no one knows each other yet. And she survived all of them. And I don't think she's had her name written down this season, has she? Maybe once she caught a stray. So whether or not you think she's doing good, she's surviving, and you can't say that about a lot of people. So
Mm-hmm.
TBD on her. That's a good question. That's my confessional. That's what I'm thinking about. All right, this has been The League Has Spoken. We will be back next week at some point to discuss what is sure to be a crazy episode titled Blood Moon. It's going to be 2 hours. I think we're getting a triple elimination, and let's see where this thing goes. Bye-bye.